After blowing a 28-point lead and losing to the Los Angeles Clippers here at TD Garden on Saturday night, the Celtics now turn to their Eastern Conference foes, the Philadelphia 76ers, on Tuesday night. This segment is brought to you by our friends over at 1 in 100. Go to clnsmedia.com/Celtics raffle for your chance to win Boston Celtics tickets for the price less than a beer. Less than a beer.
Sounds like a
deal to me. Sounds like a deal to me. Go to clnsmedia.com/Celtics raffle. Just remember, every first entry is free. So, Clevis, Tuesday, they got to recover from this bad loss. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Philadelphia 76ers, Tobias Harris and the gang now.
It's going to be a big game for the Celtics. I'm intrigued with the Sixers, though, because to get Tobias Harris, they had to deplete their bench.
Right.
True. But you trade Markelle Fultz, you get Jonathan Simmons, you got James Ennis, you still got TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
So you can roll 8 deep. The biomarkers are looking interesting. But I think this is a big game for both teams.
It is, yeah.
And I think people will overanalyze whoever wins that game, especially because obviously it's a national TV game.
Also, coming off these Marcus Morris comments, whatever the Celtics do is going to be overanalyzed.
Yes. So, but I think the Sixers, man, they just look.
Where do you see them in the hierarchy right now with the Tobias Harris and Boban acquisition?
Boban. I would put the Sixers. Woo! They're in the top 4, maybe above the Celtics, based off regular season. Not off roster, but based off the way they played. I put them above the Celtics.
Okay.
So it'll be Bucks, Raptors, and then the Sixers. Just because the Sixers, to me, they got 2 generational talents, and Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. Embiid would be an MVP type caliber player if he didn't have so much help around him.
Yeah,
he was having that type of year before Butler came around.
Mateo, where do you see the Sixers?
Oh man, yeah, I think Clevis kind of nailed it with that take. I would say the Bucks, Raptors, Sixers, like you said, and the Celtics. But the Celtics are really close behind. It's just been a really rough 48 hours. It's such just identity issues that we kind of expected the Sixers to have, and that's when they traded for Tobias Harris and Boban. You're like, are these guys gonna mesh with Jimmy Butler?
Right.
We also thought Jimmy Butler, is he gonna mesh with Joel Embiid?
Ben
and
Simmons and those guys,
it looks like he has done it so far, and the Celtics just are, like Morris said, they're a bunch of individuals right now, so they got to figure their stuff out.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the Sixers are a very good team. This top 4 in the Eastern Conference is going to be tremendous.
Second round of the playoffs, man.
I'm telling you, is going to be
historic.
So much fun, But I still have concerns with the 76ers. They've got a great top 4, like Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris. There's not many top 4s that can compete with that in the NBA. However, their depth concerns me. They really could have used a shooter like Wayne Ellington from the buyout market. If they were to get him, obviously he ended up signing with the Detroit Pistons, but I think a shooter like that could really make this team a whole lot better. If one of those 4 isn't functioning that well, they worry me.
I think the Sixers, I'll be intrigued if they get Enes Kanter.
You think they'd go after him?
I know he's
God, he's terrible.
I think we better go after him.
I know it's
not going to happen.
I know he's viewed as a defensive liability, but you need a backup for Joel Embiid. Amir Johnson still gets the job done, but Kanter can get
Kanter's
physical.
probably more reliable than Amir Johnson.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be interesting. Or the buyout market, because we're going to see more players get bought out. Maybe Robin Lopez, if that actually happens in Chicago. But the next few weeks for the season is going to be interesting. But again, big game on Tuesday with the Celtics and Sixers.
What are you looking for Tuesday night's matchup? What's your one key?
Oh, man. Ideally, if Kyrie is going to be out, you're going to look for those guys in the bench to keep production up. Tice has been fantastic. I think we can attribute a lot of the hot play that we've had so far to Tice.
Yeah.
Big game from Marcus, I'm expecting. Just a lot of guys on the bench. The bench needs to keep producing because with Kyrie out, that's who you got to look to.
Yeah, that bench unit is going to need to come up big. Obviously, Terry Rozier was not great on Saturday night against the Los Angeles Clippers, so you're going to need a consistent production like you've gotten in the past from Daniel Tice and the rest of that bench unit. Stay with CLNS Media for all of your Sixers-Celtics coverage.